Hey everybody, this is Izzy Palmer with KickoffLabs.com. We've actually now started the broadcast. I was actually letting people know that we're actually live and running. So be sure to press play. I'll wait a couple minutes before everybody actually jumps onto the chat. So I'm going to give people a couple minutes to log on and basically submit their pages within the live chat box. So thank you very much again for joining us today. Once again, I am Izzy Palmer, and I work here in marketing at KickoffLabs.com. Usually I'm joined by our founder, Josh Ledgard, and by our conversion designer, Laura Lee Flores. However, today they're on a slight break, so I get to do these reviews on my own. Awesome. Actually looks as if that we might be able to spend a little bit more time like on your guys' pages, whoever actually here. I have a ton of pages that actually I want to review because we have a huge like spreadsheet. I'll just give you a quick peek of the amount of pages that I would like to review. So some pages here, some other pages here, some other ones here, and some of the ones that we've gotten in the past that I still haven't gotten to. See reviewed. Yes, a lot of them haven't gotten the reviews. So who's ever in the chat, be sure to let us know that your page is submitted, and that way I'll be sure to get your pages first. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and jump to those other people's. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start jumping into. Alrighty, so just so I make sure that everybody can actually hear me and see my screen correctly, can you guys let me know in the chat that yes, I can, we can see your screen, and yes, we can hear you. Okay, so I'm asking, can you see my screen and hear me? Hopefully I get an answer because, awesome. Thank you very much. All right, awesome. Okay, so perfect. So we're going to continue on, and we're going to go ahead and jump in with the first page. So looks like Sheena and Tiffany are here to look at opal and rubyshop.com. It looks like it might be an existing site. That's why they're using a subdomain, but that's my assumption. Let's see what it looks like. So jumping into Opal Ruby. Alrighty, so everybody should be seeing Opal and Ruby, which is the sign up. Okay, look, it looks like I kind of moused up. Actually, I was going to look at the URL, so you see that the exit intent pops up, which is a really good strategy. Honestly, I mean, for any kind of like landing page, I highly recommend using an exit intent. It really depends. Okay, so I mean, using an exit intent is really going to help improve your conversion rate, because yes, I mean, there are going to be those people that you're just simply not going to convince. So an exit intent is your second chance to actually get them like, hey, you know what, before you leave, here's here's the same offer that was on the page, however reworded, and with just a little bit more urgency within the actual copy. So let's see if this is actually like the same kind of incentive that's here. Be a gem and help us spread the word. Last chance to sign up. Okay, I actually thought that they were giving a gem away because it looks like an Opal and Ruby shop. So this is probably not the best incentive to actually sign up. Like, be a gem. Like, okay, well, we'll love you. Like, help us spread the word. You really have to make landing pages about your customer and about your visitor. I really don't like, I mean, me, myself, being a marketer, and I've been doing online marketing for like 6 years now. And okay, and just so you know, and always white hat marketing, never like that spammy type of marketing that you'll like end up on every now and then. So like no sales pages type of stuff, only clean stuff. And whenever people, or like whenever visitors see the word us or we or our company, they, unfortunately, but people don't really care about your company at this time. I know it sounds really harsh, and I kind of feel bad saying it, but this goes for any brand. I'm not being specific about Opal and Ruby Shop. This goes for like any brand. People want to know what's in it for them. People are extremely selfish. So so make sure that like that you're including some kind of incentive here. Let's see if you have some incentive on your sign up page, like on back here when I close this exit intent. And if you have that same if you have an incentive on the page, basically what you would want to do is basically repeat it here on the exit intent. Hey, you know what? Give me one quick sec. Let me look at the chat real quick. Because yeah, I'm looking at people here. Yep. Mario's with us again. Mario, thanks for joining us. Actually, you know what? I've been meaning to give you admin rights. Let me try something, Mario. We might be able to bring in Mario. Mario, what's your email address? Send it to me via a direct message. I might be able to throw you on here. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. See it though. But email me your email address. Send it to Izzy, I-Z-Z-Y, at KickoffLabs.com. So cool. So Mario's been joining our chats for several weeks. The guy in the chat that says, yeah, UCF Fool, that guy's been joining our live chats for a long time. He provides a lot of great feedback too. So great to have him. So yeah, and actually he's right. Exclamation point on everything. I mean, and you start earning your reward. I don't know what the reward is. Everybody, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to grab my iPad so I can actually look at what's going on the chat. So give me actually 10, 15 seconds. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back and let's keep on reviewing this page. So it's Opal and Ruby. Don't miss out on weekly deals for women, kids, and the home. What? And the home with stories of. That's a kind of weird sentence. Don't miss out on weekly deals for women, kids, and the home with stories of our great grandmothers, Opal and Ruby, favorite recipes, DIY ideas, and tips for moms. That seems to be like a strangely formatted sentence. It seems to be a run-on sentence too. I might reword that so it's just a little bit just more fluid. Cut that into two sentences, because this is just like I would end here. Don't miss out on weekly deals for women, kids, and the home. All right, stop there and then go like I don't know how this one continued with stories of our great grandmothers, Opal and Ruby, favorite recipes, DIY tips, like DIY tips for moms. Yeah, I mean this needs to be reworded slightly, just so it's, I don't know, just so it flows better. Maybe I'm not reading it correctly, but for some reason it doesn't like seem to flow, and it does seem like a run-on sentence. So something you might want to be aware of. I'm logging onto the chat via my iPad too, so I'll be able to see what everybody's commenting while I'm looking at your page. And this seems to be modeled extremely after the Harry's razors. We're using the little key that says be the first to know, step inside. And you mentioned something about rewards on the exit intent, but I don't see anything, like I see no mention of a reward here. So something that you should take into consideration. Yes, you have all the context as to what's going on with your campaign. You know exactly what's going on. It's like all right, well, I'm giving something away, and I know that after they sign up, they'll go through this process. The thing is, people that are signing up, they don't know. I mean, you have to actually provide that kind of context. Tell people exactly exactly how the process is, what they're going to get, how they could benefit, how it's going to be good for them. Because especially like at this point, after seeing companies like Groupon, which are old companies nowadays, weekly deals, that's kind of like an old concept. You have to kind of talk about how this is new, how this is different, how it's going to benefit people. Because if you're talking about like features, which in a way this kind of is, like these are features, your favorite recipes, DIY ideas, and tips for moms. Those are generic features, which I'm sorry to say. So cool, I'm seeing everybody in the chat now. So like I'm kind of seeing that that it feels like you're talking about more features and not about the benefits for the people. So and I still actually I still kind of like don't know what Opal Ruby is. I thought it was like a jewelry brand, and now I'm seeing like bag here and a watch, and I'm seeing jewelry. Like it just feels like a jewelry brand for some reason. And I don't know what weekly deals are for women, kids, and the home. like that's extremely general too. Okay, so you're asking questions based on your last point. Should the rewards be shown in the landing page? You know what? That can actually be something that you can do. I've seen customers that show rewards on the landing page. I'll actually jump into a good page now. Watch one of my favorite pages. We still up. Yeah. Okay. So and actually, these guys are one of our customer success stories. We've actually featured them. This is a really cool page. So you're seeing exactly what the reward is. It's like, say hello to this company. I know it's completely different to your company. It might not apply, but still, but it's being super specific. Grab and go peanut butter made for active bodies. Boom. Product shot. Boom. Okay. Boom. And the active body back here. Boom. And if you scroll down, you can see there that they actually did play around with this, and they did put a screenshot of their rewards. And this is the reward level that, okay, well, I'll show you the thank you page, but they're actually showing the actual rewards here. So they actually A/B tested that too, and supposedly worked better with the rewards. So let me show you how the thanks page looks like. Basically, all they did is just grab a screenshot of this section here and throw it up there. So yeah, I mean, in some cases, like they just grab a little screenshot, a square one, obviously, and it works well for them. So hopefully, it's some good feedback on this sign up page. Looks like my tool got stuck. Let me reload the page real quick. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and sign up. Let's see what happens when I do sign up. Be the first to know. Step inside. Let me step inside. Like I said, it seems as if you're actually modeling this a lot after the Harry's launch, because it's the step inside and the little key and the be the first to know. That's cool. It worked for them, but take into account like they were showing their actual product here, and the site, I think it was called like Harry's Razors. So it was really obvious as to what they were doing, what they were offering, and it's still kind of not too obvious to me here on this page. So I'll sign up and see what happens. Okay, Opal and Ruby, thanks for signing up. Okay, this seems like a nice design. Okay, don't leave your friends behind. Invite friends and be rewarded. This is kind of like repeating itself. I would actually just remove this, the don't leave your friends behind, because it's kind of like the same thing. Invite friends and be rewarded. This is kind of cute. Like it's a cutesy section. It goes with like with your site logo, and it works well, but I might cut the don't leave your friends behind because it just cuts, like it pushes down everything just a little bit low. Share your personal referral link via email. For some reason, like this text is just a little bit small, looking at it from a design standpoint, it seems a little bit small and a little bit hard to read. So I might consider making this text slightly larger. I believe that you can put it like as an H3 tag, which is just a little bit larger, and that'll work well for you. And let me check if my good friend, all right, cool. If my good friend Mario has sent me his email, and yes, he did. So we're going to try something a little funky this week. I'm going to see if I could bring Mario onto the chat. And let me see, one sec. Oh, that's super easy. All right, so I'm going to try something like while still looking at this page and still providing some like feedback. Oh, okay, cool. So awesome. So you do have some like some prizes, and I love what you're doing here. You're actually putting those the images. Like a lot of people, they don't put like the product shot images, so you are doing that. I love that you're adding that. Very cool. These reward levels seem extremely reachable. Like anybody could get 5 people to actually sign up. I might even consider just putting like an additional level, because I know this you could put up to 5 levels. I mean, I might consider putting an additional level, like 3 friends joined and then 5 friends joined. I don't know. It's like 5 friends does seem very reachable, but just so everybody is completely aware, only about only about 10% of signups get more than 5 referrals. Okay, so I'll repeat myself. Only about 10%, about 10 to 15% of signups, and this goes for all of our customers across the board. 10 to 15% of people get more than 5 referrals, like more than 5 to 7 referrals. So use that data to your advantage. I mean, get people to get 3 referrals. Like make sure that your referral levels are reachable. These seem very reachable, like 10, 25, 50, because they seem like cool prizes. So people will actually go the extra way to like they'll put in the extra effort to get 10 people, to get 25 people. But just so you're aware, I mean, a lot of people just aren't going to do that. Most people are just going to get between 3 to 5 referrals. So, but still, I mean, if you weren't using Kickoff Labs, those are 3 to 5 people that you wouldn't be getting because there's no social, there's no social referral tracking built in. So, since you're with Kickoff Labs, you get to do that. So awesome. And I'm gonna do something real quick. Actually, let me see if I can do what I was gonna do real quick. All right, so I'm gonna invite my buddy Mario. Hopefully Mario is well behaved. If he's not, I'm at the boot him out of the chat. Mario, I've actually sent you an invite. I think you can see it from Gmail. You should be able to see it from like Gmail or something like that. So if you can join the chat, hop on in, okay? And let's go ahead and continue then. So cool. I mean, it's a good page. I guess another little bit of feedback is the actual background image. Like I still don't know what Open Ruby Shop is, what you're offering. I would love to see what you're offering. I know that it's like a store or something, but this is like all across the board. It's sunglasses, pocket watch, beach. It's a beach tote. All right, so let me see if I can go to your site and I'm actually reading terms and conditions. Cool. I mean, it's good that you're using a terms and conditions, which is actually very important. We actually always recommend you do that because, especially when you're giving away prizes, people are always going to try to game the system. So let people know. 1 reward per person. Any people that actually, okay, this is good. So any fraud will be disqualified. So the reward will be determined by the HERS of verified referrals. Blah blah blah. So that's cool. All right. So let me see if I can get some kind of context as to what you guys are doing. Opal Ruby Shop opening soon. what I would do, I would actually either redirect people from this Opal and Ruby Shop directly to your sign up page, because there's no point in driving people here. I mean, all it says is just like opening soon. Follow us on social media, and let's see if you guys have a lot of followers. You have 4 followers, so people aren't probably like jumping to follow you on social media. So I would just do a simple redirect of the URL, and once the site is ready, then go ahead and start receiving traffic on the site. Okay, so hopefully that was a good amount of feedback. Did I add the wrong? I think I added the right person. Yep. If you could join in, I think it's from Gmail. You might be able to go to Google Plus and find the email and find the invite as well. So cool. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start reviewing these other pages. And it looks like my chat is acting up too. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so my chat was acting up. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so moving on to the next one. Sheena and Tiffany, thanks so much for letting Izzy here at Kickoff Labs review your page. Hopefully that wasn't too harsh. If you do have any additional feedback or make any changes to your design, we always would like to see that in the future. So let us know and come on back. And let's go and look at Magic Instruments. I like the name. Cool. So magicinstruments.com. That's an awesome domain name. I mean, my hat's off to you. Guitar lessons not needed. Can't play a musical instrument. Now you can. With its revolutionary design, you learn to play your favorite songs in a matter of minutes, not thousands of hours. Yes, I want to be a rock star. I like this page. It's simple. The thing that the only thing that I might change, that I might consider changing, is the I think my tool is acting up again, or this page is acting funny. Yeah, it looks like the page might be. I think it's my tool. Anyways, but the only thing that I might do is change the headlines. Like the headlines don't feel like headlines. The text here feels a little bit small and just like a little too simple. Like with this revolutionary design, you learn to play. I might make this text just a little bit bigger. I'll make the call to action larger, and I would center it, and I would maybe place it in within the same section. Like, the design looks clean, but it just needs to be a little bit cleaned up in terms of where you're placing the elements. Okay, so this button, I would make the text okay, so I would center the button, make it larger, make the text either white or make it bold, make it larger, just so it stands out a little bit more. And not everybody wants to be a rock star. I mean, consider that people like rock music. I think one of the most popular music styles in the United States is country music. So if that's one of your target market, like if you would like to sell in the United States, what I personally would do would be to actually okay, sorry about that, because I was actually reading some of the comments inside of the chat. So what I would do is create different landing pages for each segment. So basically, you would have magicinstruments.com/rock, and then you have another one, magicinstruments.com/country. Each would have their own landing page, and each would have its own ad. So, like, let's say you're creating ads within Facebook. Each, like, you would create a specific country ad, and then you would create a specific rock ad. Oops, I clicked this. So like, each of those ads would drive people to those specific pages, and that specific page, and not only change like the actual wording, like, okay, so I'm gonna change rock from rock to country, and then rock, and then country to jazz. No, I mean, use kind of like different type of imagery, different type of wording, like slightly different wording. So let's look a little bit more into the page. Magic Instruments sign up. What does sign up mean? Get access to early bird specials and be notified of our crowdfunding campaign. Okay, I mean, that's interesting, but let's see what happens when I click this. I guess the same thing. Sign up, get access to early bird specials, and be notified to our crowdfunding. All right. I mean, I might just say that on the page, because sign up feels like an application, and usually for like physical products, you're not really creating like some kind of account. So I might say, I might change like the actual call to action text as well. Change it up to say something like get early bird pricing on our crowdfunding. Just be straightforward. Tell people what it is. Tell people what they're getting. Like, what's the primary offer, basically. And it seems to be like, yes, the primary offer is getting access to our crowdfunding. So cool. Your ears won't believe what your hands can do. Play your favorite songs. This is a pretty cool concept. I like that. This is a cool product shot too. Like the family playing and singing along. Looks really awesome. Little iPad here. Super cool. I really like this. Like the potential of it. Hopefully, actually, I'm just looking at the rest of the page. Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice page. A lot of sections. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, there seems to be a lot of sections for just explaining something kind of simple, but like, I might also consider that using shorter pages, basically more driven, like make it feel more like a landing page and less like a website, because this kind of feels more like a website, even though there's no navigation at the top or anything. It just feels more like a website, especially when I scroll down. It's like connect and like all these and the social stuff. So it feels more like a website. If it felt more like a landing page where it's more driven, where it has just one single goal of and because here you have three call to actions. You have submit, sign up, and I want to be a rock star. So make sure that it's consistent too. Just take a look at that, and let me see if this is by any chance hooked up to anything viral. Submit. Okay, referral page. Excited, refer discounts, and refer friends and earn discounts. Share your link via email to earn discounts. Same thing. I might change the headline a little bit to make it feel more like a headline. Make this text a little bit larger. Cool. Looks like you customized the page quite a bit. 01. All right. So I mean, this looks like a pretty simple, straightforward page, but you're not telling people like to come back to the page to like check on their referral progress. I might do that too. I might put like a little, like a person icon here. I've seen like some pages, and we have some new thank you pages that are coming out within the next couple of weeks that have like little people icons above it. So when you'll get progress, boop, like the little icon above will actually show you too. So that might work well. So cool. People aren't hearing me. Mario's around. Hey Mario, how you doing? I think you're muted,
Good.
Mario.
Yeah, I muted to make sure. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great.
Good.
So, hey Mario, any additional feedback on this page?
I don't have anything immediately. Unfortunately, I was busy trying to stay connected to it, so I missed most of the page. But for the last bit of it, everything seemed to point on. So I like the new upgrades that are coming. So that sounds like a great user experience upgrade. So
yeah, awesome. Okay, and Shaquille actually asked he doesn't get why we need to submit your site here when you actually gave the details to register. It just makes it easier for us, so we don't need to be jumping back and forth to like the spreadsheet and find your page. So just to make everything more fluid, basically. So we're gonna jump on to the next page. Hopefully that was a good review. Oh yeah, and actually let's see. And the last thing I was gonna mention for like magicinstruments.com is that your social share icons are super small. You're saying share this link, and it's just super tiny. And let's see what happens when I click it. Okay, cool. I just discover a way to play my favorite songs. I would make sure that the wording is correct. You know, maybe English isn't your first language, but if you're targeting people in the English language, make sure that your wording is correct. And also, especially for like Twitter, I would leverage hashtags. There's not a single hashtag on here, so I might hashtag guitar lessons. So put like, okay, hashtag guitar that, and then maybe a couple ones like look up on Twitter. There's a couple tools that like you can use. I believe this. I just Google popular Twitter hashtags, and you'll find ones that are popular within your industry. And let's see.
I'm going to add in that I really like that they actually made sure that the message itself was felt like a personal message. A lot of people on social media, they put the links out and it's just like, check out this cool thing. It doesn't feel natural. So they bothered to make the message feel like a natural message that somebody would actually tweet. So I thought that was really good.
Extremely important. Yeah. I mean, that's actually very important too. Something that, just make sure that it's not too salesy, which is basically what Mario's trying to say. Just make sure that it's personal, because social media is, I mean, that's what it's about, being social with your friends. You're not really making sales for like people. You're actually sharing something that you think is cool. So think about how that person would actually say it. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into another page. Damn, I really like that, magicinstruments.com. That's a really cool name. So hopefully you make those changes and you succeed a lot.
My Time app, it looks like, would be next.
Yep, we're opening up My Time app. So, horrible. I hate seeing coming soon on. It's like My Time app, you don't know what it is, and all of a sudden they're telling you coming soon on. I mean, it's just not the greatest strategy. The best strategy is to educate people what your application is about. This image kind of looks really off. I mean, it like the scaling on it looks off about. Oh man, I mean, I would use it as a headline section. Like say just a brief one, like a one sentence little description headline that would go a long way, as opposed to having this huge block of text, which about 85% of people are not going to read, because 85% of people don't read those kind of like those blocky texts, those blocky sections of like paragraph text. So make sure that you have a really good, strong headline. So pluck out like the best sentence from this and use that as a headline. Let me see if I can grab something for you. My Time, like at least a headline from here at the top, because this is what really you should lead in with the headlines. Let's see if we could grab some kind of decent headline for you. My Time is a family-oriented social media app. Okay, maybe like okay, well, is it a private one? I would imagine so, because it's like a family-oriented. Okay, so I can't think of any copy right off the top of my head, but there are apps that kind of do the same thing, which actually is a good thing. I mean, if there's competition in your space, means that it's a good market. So I believe that there's an app called like Neighborhood, and there's another app. Mario, have you heard of those like family type of apps, like the personal apps?
I don't, not off the top of my head, not something I dive into, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think there's one called Neighborhood, and there's another one that I forgot what it's called, but they use some really good headlines, and just to briefly explain what it is, and how it's going to be good for for your users, basically.
I'm just reading this copy here, and it's all over the place. Not only
It is.
grammatically, but it has this moment that says, "My time in the middle there. My time wouldn't just help to tell stories. It also." I'm sorry, the one above that. Bond family members together without the violence and absurdity witnessed in social media. That's a hell of a claim.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's an extreme claim, but still. But I mean, but if it's something that's actually selling your actual customers, if it's something that your customers are sick and tired of, I mean, I might consider changing the actual wording of it. But if it's something that, like, if it's a problem that you're hitting, like if that's something that they've come across on social media, hey, you never know. It could be that they can sell.
Then they need to put that at the top, right? I mean, if that's clearly what they're speaking to, I think that's your point, right? Is the very top of it needs to speak to the exact problem that they're solving with this app.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Cool. Well, hopefully you'll get some good headlines out of it. Your video as well. Yeah, I don't know why you're putting like the video. Use a headline. I mean, don't just say video about coming soon. Make sure that it's in depth headlines, and you have some product shots here. It would look a lot nicer if the product shots had like a mobile hand. Like, there are a ton of like mock-up look up mock-up iPhone app, or like Google, and you'll find images where you can place your own image on top of like the iPhone image, where it'll look a lot better, and that's what people usually do, and it just lets people know. I mean, you can deduce that it's a mobile just by looking at the top, but most people are already used to seeing. Just, I mean, look at what other people are doing in your own space. Look at the iPhones, like at the iPhone App Store, at the Google Play Store. Look at what they're doing, look at their product shots, and copy what they're doing. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I got some. So there's this great little free thing from Mailchimp where you can email them to a specific address a screenshot from your app, and then you specify which model phones you'd like. They've already taken and basically they hand you back the image of your screenshot. Within the frame makes it look like it's on a phone, so your screenshot isn't sitting idle. I'll find it and put it into the chat for everybody, but it's super useful for making it feel like you just don't have this floating app experience. It actually is showing like it's part of being on a phone, and it's just a free service they offer because they got sick of everybody doing the same thing over and over.
There you go. Yeah, so Mailchimp, one of the leading customers. One of the leading businesses in email marketing. They know the importance of it, and they know that that's what users want. So give users what they want. Give users what they expect to see as well. So yeah, I mean, the other thing that I was going to mention, which is, I guess, my final piece of feedback, is that there's no like real call to action on the page. I mean, other than download on the App Store. Let's see what happens when I click it. Nothing, because I could tell that it's just linked to an href. Other than that, there's no call to action. So there's nothing that's really clickable. Your video, that's the only thing that's like clickable. I'm not going to watch it now, but I don't know. I would improve this, and I would focus on either driving people to the App Store directly or focusing on email collection. So hopefully that's some good bit of feedback for you. All right, so we're going to look at what's the next page. At Yumpy's. So Shaquille's page. Shaquille, hopefully you can hear me, because you were saying that you couldn't hear me for a bit. So, alrighty. So yumpys.kickoffpages.com. The first thing that's going to help your conversion rate is upgrading, and I'm not doing that only just to make a sale. I mean, honestly, you can upgrade to our starter package. That's extremely cheap, and it's going to help your business, because what it's going to do, it's actually going to prevent people from clicking this, because they're going to see, all right, Kickoff Labs, and they'll see Kickoff Pages here in the URL, and just give them a little bit of curiosity. So you might drive people to our page, which, hey, thank you very much. But still, but the point is getting people, getting signups for your own business. So even upgrading to the starter package is really going to go a long way. You can use your own custom domain, so you can use yumpies.com, and you could get rid of KickoffLabs. So people would visit and they would not see this, they would see this. So it looked really nice. So all right, we're launching soon. Not a great incentive. I know that a lot of businesses say that, hey, we're launching, sign up because we're launching soon. But like I mentioned earlier, I mean, whenever you start off with like we, our, us, people don't care. I mean, what's in it for them? What's the benefit for them? Talk about, say the tastiest food, like the tastiest food trucks in Mumbai, or like the best deals on food, or get a new taste of, or like new taste of food, something like that, something that's actually benefiting the person visiting the page. I mean, it's about them. It's not about your company. I know it sounds really mean, but I repeat myself a lot. So make sure that it's not we're launching soon. It's about them. Sign up and you may earn loads of rewards. I like that. What's your feedback on that, Mario?
It's sign up and we may reward you, right? Like it seems like a pulling the rug kind of situation. It's like sign up and rewards are yours, right? Like you don't want to feel like sign up and then like congratulations, oh, you didn't win this time. It's like a lottery ticket. It feels like a little to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I would just focus on telling them sign up and earn awesome rewards, and get the chance to earn free food, because that's actually being like more honest. It's not saying you may earn rewards. It's like, all right, sign up and get your chance, which is actually being really honest. Get your chance to earn rewards, cool, or to earn free food. Alrighty, and let's see, food truck with a purpose. Yumpies is talk about the benefits for the customer, because right now you're talking about your own business. It's like, Yumpies, we're dedicated to serving foods made with ingredients sourced from local farms. That's cool, but just say that. Like, don't say like we're dedicated to serving foods. Just say and like food truck with a purpose doesn't make sense. What I would say is like food, like only local ingredients sourced from local farms, and then say beyond sustainable food, the truck is run. No, okay, so exclude this, was run by Like Mind Ventures, blah blah blah. This is a completely different section, because you're talking about ingredients sourced from local farms, and then you're talking about like employing formerly incarcerated youth, blah blah blah. This is a completely different section. So I would first talk about the ingredient section, which is probably more important to your customer, to be very honest with you, and then talk about, okay, well, you guys employ formerly incarcerated youth, which is very important, to the customer, but it's not as important as the things that they're putting into their body. So I would be very, a lot more honest about your ingredients, and start off with the food, and then make an additional section. I believe that this theme gives you the chance to like put in a third section. So use that like third section, and talk about like, okay, how you employ formerly incarcerated youth, how you're making a difference within your actual own community. So
I'm gonna jump in. This may whatever. I agree that the formerly incarcerated youth, the purpose of it should definitely be pushed down, but consider that though that's a great purpose, the initial response from maybe somebody who's coming and getting this food sourced, like coming by their home or office or whatever, if they're a home alone female, maybe they might feel threatened by the fact that this is formerly incarcerated youth that you're reforming to do that, right? So you have to speak to, that's not a plus if somebody thinks through it, but it also might be a negative to the initial response somebody might have emotionally to delivery service in that regard.
Cool. Yep. So true. All right. So there's a couple questions in the chat that I want to get to real quick. So Tiffany, okay. So Shaquille wants to know if there'll be a recording. Yes, actually, immediately after this recording is available, and I'll go ahead and post a link. It's actually available on our YouTube page, so you can actually go to YouTube and Google and search for Kickoff Labs, and you'll see.
I'll put it in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mario. You're awesome. And seriously, I think we should put you on the payroll. No, I'm playing. I got to talk to our founders about that. So we need to answer Tiffany's question, which is a typical conversion rate for Kickoff Labs landing pages. It really depends on the offering. Like what's a good conversion rate? Anything. Okay, so if you're below 15%, it needs some definite improvements. Means that either your offering is just not obvious on the page, or that there's no real incentive on the page. So anything below about 25 to like 30%, which is actually pretty good already, probably needs to be tweaked. Like you might need to tweak the actual incentive a little bit, make sure that it's a good enough incentive for people to actually sign up. We've seen a lot of people's pages, like especially after these reviews, excuse me, that their conversion rate jumps up to about like 38, 45, maybe 50 something percent, 60 something percent. I've seen conversion rates jump up to like 60, 70% in some cases, 80% in some cases. That's extremely high, to be very, to be very honest with you.
Crazy.
Exactly. A really good conversion rate is like anything above 30%. If you're hitting 50, that's excellent already. 50% is excellent. So hopefully you're getting anything above 25%. If you're not, let us know and we'll help you basically. Alrighty, and okay, so we're gonna be signing up on Yumpies because hopefully there's there's probably not a thank you page attached because they're not upgraded yet. Because if you did upgrade Yumpies, you can actually use the thank you pages, because you're talking about earning loads of rewards. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see them. But you saw the peanut butter page that I showed a little bit while ago. I'm sorry, a little while ago. This is the thank you page. You can actually show like these type of rewards. So if you did upgrade, you can get access to this page. So premium plans and up get access to this viral page where you can like show people the actual rewards that they get to. So this is just a thanks for your interest. Well, I'm seeing that it's our default message. You really haven't customized this. You can customize this most definitely from the page designer. Go ahead and go to the form tab, I believe it is. No, from the thanks tab on the left hand side, and you can actually customize this message just in case you were actually going to use this one. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully that was some good feedback for you.
Guess 443 is the next one with shopnearbyapp.com.
Okay. Yep, we've actually taken a look at this one. Thanks, Mario. You're super helpful.
That's why I'm here.
Thanks a lot. And it's funny because actually, just by chance, you're actually here when Josh and Laura Lee are unavailable. So Easter vacation.
I was wondering. It's for those who are watching. Josh's biggest. So, are you going to do the lightning round this week?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. You had brought up the point of when there was that wasted space on a couple pages back with that app, and how it was just like, oh, let's join, coming soon. And I know that's something you dislike, but like Josh, it's like his pet peeve.
Oh yeah,
coming soon thing. So it's just you were channeling there. It was beautiful.
Trust me, it is his pet peeve. If he sees that, he'll go off. So anyways, all right, so shop you nearby. You shop, we give. We've seen this page before in the past, if I'm not mistaken. Find and buy any item in stores nearby, and we'll donate one meal for every $30 order. All right, cool. You shop, we give. It's a pretty straightforward page. I mean, I might change the headline a little bit just to make it a little bit longer. I might even consider just using this as a headline, and then say and just talk, and use the sub headline, make it a little bit longer, maybe like a 2-3 line sub headline where just talks a little bit about the products, about the kind of products that they'll get. Find and buy any item, because that's a really strong statement, like find and buy any item in stores nearby and we'll donate one meal. Like, so can I buy? I would imagine it's only for groceries. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I might consider saying that, like say, hey, this is specifically for groceries. This is specifically for, for these types of like products. That's something I might consider. Let's see what else is on the page. Get early access. I'll change your call to action text as well, because get early access. It it doesn't really make sense with what's going on your actual page. It's like you're talking about shopping and giving, and right now you're talking about getting early access. So let's see, mission. Yeah, once again, these like short headlines, these need to be a little bit longer. I mean, they need to provide more context. This isn't a homepage. I mean, don't treat it like a basic cheesy homepage. Treat it like an educational page, a landing page where you're trying to educate people, where you're trying to provide as much information about your product as possible. And I mentioned in a little while ago that most people are going to read headlines. A lot of people, when they see this block of text, that they're going to step away and be like, let me see what I can pick from there, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm saying local stores, picking up order, believe in making the world a better place, and donate revenues to nonprofit. That's pretty much all I see. And so, I mean, just be sure that you're trying to provide as much context about your app as possible.
I think a great addition here is I'm guessing in this situation that the purpose of the site is that like it costs the person to use the app nothing, and then they make these purchases and they go ahead and make a donation because they're getting some percentage or whatever the case may be. So my guess is this costs the user nothing, and otherwise you wouldn't get people to do it. So if that's the situation, then maybe they need to have at the top, your cost $0, donated to charity $30, and then like an asterisk or something, right? Give the value add, let people know that it's not going to cost them anything to do this, much like Amazon Smile, right? Has no cost. They just do something as a benefit to a charity of your choice.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, actually, that's actually a great point. I mean, because like, take a look at what Amazon started doing, which I forgot what their service was called, but yeah, Smile. I mean, exactly, Smile. So take a look at that. They're the experts when it comes to like online marketing, because they have a huge team and they A/B test everything. So I mean, yes, not a bad strategy to like look at the giants and somewhat mimic what they're doing in a way. So yeah, it looks like a cool little page, a lot of information. And then you're talking about join the Million Meals Challenge. I might separate this into its own page, because I saw this here at the very top. You have this like Million Meals Challenge. Why don't you talk about that Million Meals Challenge in your follow-up emails? Because right now there seems to be a lot of information on this page, and I would focus primarily on a single goal. Just getting people to sign up, get their email address, and then you'll go ahead and actually follow up on the Million Meals Challenge. And let me sign up real quick. I always have to reload because my tool gets stuck, so I apologize for that. Ready? You share, we donate. Still, I mean, that's still pretty generic headline. I mean, just make sure it's more product specific, more service specific, as to, it's like Mario said, it's not going to cost you anything to make a difference in other people's lives. Now make sure you get, make sure you bring your friends along, something like that. Okay, so let's see here. Rewards, 1 meal point, example, 3 meals. I would probably just use the, grab one example and like place it under here, or I don't know, because like this section feels like awfully crowded with like all these example. I might just leave one example and let people do the math themselves, basically, which isn't too hard. I mean, five meals point, or maybe even just like simplify the section, because it feels just a little bit complex, and you don't really want people to like think too much. All you want them to do is get them to like feel your actual message, get them motivated to actually share with their friends, and that's what they'll do. Like don't really make them think excessively, and let's make sure that your sharing is working correctly, and make sure you have a good message. You're probably not seeing what I'm seeing, because I believe that this opens it in a new browser, but I'm looking at your Twitter. Yeah, it looks like you have the Shop Nearby Million Meals Challenge, which is your hashtag. Like it's your own hashtag, but I would leverage some other hashtags like giving, or like donate hashtag, or just some other hashtags. And
Izzy, can you drag the tab of the window into your current window, and then it should share?
Oh yeah,
like recombine them.
Facebook doesn't like to do that, because it's
really?
Yeah, like Twitter and Facebook doesn't like to. Let me try to. This is what I'm looking at. There we go. Boom.
Ah, there we go. Good. That's much better.
Smart man. There we go. That's why we bring Mario along. All right, so we're looking at this is their actual Facebook one. So looks like you're actually driving people to like your Million Meals Challenge. Let's see, where are you driving people? Oh, you are. Okay. I'm wondering why you're actually sending people here when the sign up is actually the Shop Nearby app, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm signing up here, and you're sharing people, and you're driving people to this page. Is there any specific reason why you're doing that? Like that just it just feels weird, I guess, because you're driving people specifically to the sign up page, and then and like I said, and then you're kind of like bringing in this other campaign, which is the Million Meals Challenge. What I would do is either separate these campaigns, or like I said, just follow up with the secondary emails and tell them, hey, you know what, there's more to shop by near, you know, there's more to shop nearby app than just saving money. You know, help us feed 1,000 people suffering from hunger in the U.S. So hopefully that's some good feedback. And now it's time for our lightning round, because otherwise we're gonna be running out of time. Are there any other pages in the chat, just in case I didn't get to your?
There was one we should probably just. It's actually, I think this might have been Shaquille's. Where'd it go? It was just after my time. They came in. There it is. Thedermabar.com. It should be easy. They said that it's guest 815. They said later on that they were going to. They just got it as ready as they could for the review. Cool. So I think when you sign up, the follow-up page isn't done yet. So it'll be pretty quick, right before the lightning round.
Cool. Okay, so we're looking at the Dermabar wellness and skincare, grooming for men. All right. There seems to be a lot of font styles in the logo, which just feels a little bit weird. Like, okay, you have this bold, and then you have a thin font, and you have the handwriting font. It just looks a little bit weird. And then here you're using a different font. What's the font that you used in your logo, and try to reuse that font on the page. That it look a little bit more consistent. Bring up the real man in you. Highly generic headline. Like, bring up the real man. There's plenty of real man in me. Like, what is your product actually doing? Wellness and skincare. So I mean, wellness, I don't know what it is. Skincare, that's very obvious. What it's like, lotions and maybe like shaving creams, something like that. Are you a man who has taste for the finer things in life? I don't like leading off with these questions, because what's going to happen is that you're going to get people answering no or yes. So it's like, are you a man who has? It's like, no, you know, the finer things in life sounds cheesy for me, so no. So close page, boom, boom, bye, bye. So so be careful when you're leading with the question, and then you have another question here. We rarely use questions. I think the only place that I use a question is on our blog. Let's see if we have one. It's a very, very obvious question. It's like, I think I may have changed it, but need more signups from your landing pages.
Yeah.
Roughly nobody's going to say no. So
right. So it shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be a challenge. It should be a 99% and say yes. Like,
exactly.
You want to live longer? Sure.
Thank you very much. Exactly. Mario, Mario gets the point, and Mario knows exactly what I'm talking about. So make sure that it's a question that you're certain that people are going to say yes to, like that you're certain that you're guiding people. I mean, this is what salespeople have been doing for a long time, and actually was like trained in like old school sales techniques. Like, I want to. Like, these are things that have been taught to me. Use those like sales techniques, use those questions, but make sure that they lead people towards the way that towards answering the way you want them to actually answer. Do you want quality services for only the most premium barbershop, salon, and spa could offer? Yeah, okay.
Real quick thing, Izzy, on the logo, I don't know if this is, I can't remember if this is something within KickoffLabs, but so I'm looking at the HTML of their logo, that whole Dermabar Wellness Skincare Grooming for Men, and the alt and title tags for it are simply logo. So all that text in an image is not readable by most search engines, right?
Right, exactly.
Because the alt tag just says logo, when the alt tag should say the Dermabar Wellness and Skincare Grooming for Men. something that's a key thing that people might not notice, but they should definitely be doing to better get visibility for their page, especially since this is like a front page as much as a landing page.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the most important thing above, as opposed to like setting each like image alt tag, would be make sure to like fill out your page title, which is actually found in the settings tab, and then the meta description, which is actually going to be pulling, if you Google your actual page, that's what's going to appear in the search results. But you can actually add that alt text to your images from, okay, so when you click onto the actual section, you can actually, I think you should be able to like, you click view HTML code and it'll show you the actual code. It gets a little bit technical, but it's actually very easy to do. You'll see the image tag and you'll add whatever you want to add to that alt tag. If you have any questions regarding doing that, go ahead and send an email to support@kickofflabs.com and we'll happily help out. And I mean, it looks like you have a pretty good incentive here, a complimentary coupon for 50% off of our services. What is it? I mean, I thought it was a product for a little while, the German bar. I guess it's not a product. I guess it is like a place. So, and yes, it is. Do you frequent Manhattan and outer boroughs of New York City? I would be super specific and tell people, all right, this is only for people in New York City, in Manhattan or in these places. Because for some reason I thought it was a brand, and now I know it's not. All right, service features.
Yeah, I totally immediately thought it was the Derma Bar was like a mailing subscription thing. It had that feel immediately. So maybe right at the top saying, instead of bring out the real man in you, it says, making the best men in Manhattan.
Exactly. Boom. That's an awesome headline. Exactly. There you go. Mario made your headline. Pay him $450 for your copywriting. So... Alrighty, so
we're at 5 minutes. So if you want to do anything else on this page, and then do some lightning round.
Lightning round it, and let me quickly sign up. Well, actually, they said that they haven't really connected.
We'll give it a try. I think that they said that they were just trying to get. Yeah, so it's very.
All right, so it looks as if
rough.
All right, I mean, you did hook it up correctly. I would publish it to your own custom URL. I mean, you're already using the Derma Bar. Publish it to thedermabar.com/thanks, and you could do that when you're actually publishing the page. If you have any questions, like I said, send us an email. And yeah, it looks like a simple page. Thanks for signing up. There's like a lot of text in this section. I might cut it down, and I don't know why this is centered. This is like left aligned. It just looks weird, and this is also like left aligned. Just make sure that like everything is either centered, which will probably look better. Just make sure like the design looks consistent. They'll look a little bit better.
Yeah, they said the site is a rough draft. The thank email isn't working yet, and they got it ready just in time. So
cool. All right.
I bet you that's part of it.
Awesome.
Do you have some backlogged for? Because I'm looking in the chat, I don't see any others immediately for lightning round.
I do, however, yeah, but this is one of our. This is our private page here, but let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, just to take a look, these are all our backlogs. So.
Okay, well let's lightning round a couple of things, and
happy to, because actually I want to get through some of these. These are the ones, most recent ones. All right, so we're looking at biography timeliner. Strange. All right, your life is a story. Blah, blah, blah. What's your call to action do? It takes you down to a start. That's kind of stupid. Why are you making it scroll? Why don't you just tell people scroll down? And then you click start your free trial, and it's register. It feels like a site built on top of WordPress, but badly done. Mario, any feedback?
Yeah, so to start your free trial should be where the learn more button is. It also shouldn't just say start your free trial. It should speak to the value that you're giving them at that moment in time, not just a free trial, right? I don't know what the value is yet, other than telling a story, but that's it.
Well, a life story. I mean, it seems as if like it's like a page where you'll be able to, like, I don't know, map out your life, I guess.
Biography timeliner, is it for if you? I'm not sure. In a lightning round, it's hard to dive in. It has a lot of great things. They should say, here's what I would say: start your free trial should just replace with start your biography free start your biography now, and then on the next sign up page it says free for 14 days. But it should encourage them to the thing that they want to do as opposed to just start a trial. It helps also communicate what the page offers them.
Exactly. All right, cool. I agree. Alrighty, so moving on to, we're gonna go to, hopefully this is Personal Chef to Go. So smart, healthy meals delivered. I like the fact that they have that. Whoa, this is a busy ass page. Oh my God, horrible.
Is this GoDaddy? What is this? Oh, that was a really slow load too.
It was extremely slow. Okay, so don't use excessive JavaScript. Sliders are out of style. This slider doesn't even work. Like it takes super long to load. You see like the loading here. This is a super busy page. It says offline. This needs to be completely reworked. I mean, go to KickoffLabs.com. Use a template. Start collecting emails because right now there's nothing. Are you an existing business? Looks like you are. If you're a successful business, that'll completely amaze me. You would be way more successful if you had a simpler web page.
Still better than 99% of restaurant web pages.
That's true. That's true.
But that's not a high bar.
That's true. That's right. Exactly. It's not a very high bar, especially when you're like competing against Flash-based restaurant businesses. Pharrells.com or Farrells.com. Not loading, so we're going to the next one. My lover box, we've actually looked at this one.
This will be the last one.
Alrighty, so give the gift of love. Yeah, I mean, I like the page. It looks like they really haven't changed too much from it. I think that they added some more like incentives to it. So I like that the incentives are a little bit more called out. They compress the text a lot. Previously, we were able to like scroll down, and there was like additional text here at the bottom. Way better. Looks nice. Pharrell's clothing. Pharrell's is coming. Why the hell are you telling people that Pharrell's is coming? Tell people what they're getting. And this looks like you're like mixing ours with like with some other page. It's like pre-launch page, male, female. This navigation feels really weird. The navigation is extremely slow. Like I clicked on it and it still hasn't changed. So, and then bad gateway, boom, not good. So make sure you fix your page. We might have time for just a couple more. I know if Mario has to run, Mario, thanks so much for your assistance.
Good. I just, I'm just giving you the 1 hour marker.
Yeah, thanks. So. Yeah, I know there's a few more pages that we have, so I just want to get to people's pages. Amazing Adventures. For some reason, this loaded weird at the top. I don't know what this means. If anything, Amazing Adventures. It seems that they're in Peru. Looking at the sweaters, and this looks like, yeah, I mean, these are the Andes. But what is it? What is this page about? I don't get it. Why use paid in benefit? I don't know what it is. Don't get left behind. Get paid in. I have no idea what paid in does. Mario, do you know what this page does?
No, I have no idea. But Emily loves it.
She bought her TV for her grandparents. Did you know that?
Oh, I do now. That's great. Get my group together. I'm guessing this is my first impression, is that it is a site for people who want to pool together to buy a gift for somebody by getting a bunch of people in to pay a couple of bucks towards something for someone else. So
perfect, exactly.
That's my guess.
That makes extreme sense. That's actually what's going on the page. That's what you should tell people. Like, don't tell people Amazing Adventures. Tell people, pull together your family to do favors for somebody else. I don't know. Something
reward those you love with the power of your family.
Exactly. With the power of group or something like that.
Yeah. Group power.
Group power. Support startup. What the hell? Startup is for companies that want to get started on aligning their business with their new system.
Yeah, next.
Oh, and they cost only $1,500. That's it.
Next. Don't waste your time.
My time. We took a look at them. Get Drona. This looks interesting. Drona. It looks like this is going to be a crowdfunding app. 100% sure. Finding a coach made simple. We connect you with amazing people for one-on-one coaching. Okay, well, maybe not. Launching soon. Don't tell people that you're launching soon. Why are there 3 call to actions? That's weird. Rather than having three call to actions, just provide
They're all weighted the same. That's the big issue. Another big issue.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. They all have like the same kind of like Mario said, weight, where each one is just calling the same amount of attention where you're just saying learn more, I would just put those learn more sections below where people can actually scroll, sign up. I don't know why sign up, and then apply to coach. I would create different landing pages, one specifically for coaches and one specifically for the consumers.
Yeah, that's the joy of landing pages. You can make multiples.
Exactly. Beautiful. Kid Izzy. Okay, this is probably the last one. So, and it's in French, so I can't review it. So, everybody, thanks a lot for joining our live landing page reviews this week.
You're in Chrome. You could just have it auto translate.
I'll do it. Jeez, just because Mario insisted. Your baby, the best, deserves your. That's what happens when you audio translate.
Yeah, but remember, you can talk about the other things, right? Like, so it's why I created Kid Izzy, as opposed to the last one. There's 2 separate weights for these call to action.
You're right. Okay,
right?
So this is done right. This is done right. Well, they're actually like saying, okay, why I created Kid Izzy, and I wish to be a company, whatever. But there is that like separation of call to action. Let's see what happens when I click this. It opens a new tab. I don't know why it does that. It should not open a new tab. It actually just should open it within the same tab itself.
And the reason for that is, imagine somebody's doing this on a mobile device,
exactly.
Right? The last thing they want to do is have a whole new window. You definitely, for the high level of mobile users, you definitely want to keep things within the page as much as possible and not opening, target blank new pages.
Exactly. Actually, a pop-up would be way better. And why the freak? Why the hell do they have my email address? This is some spammy stuff going on here. Some spammy stuff. Which company are you using? I'm actually going to look at these guys because they have my email address. That's really weird. I'm going to complain. Not cool. Alrighty. So, well, like I said, thank you very much for joining us for this week's live landing page reviews. Next week, we really haven't promoted it too much, but we'll start promoting it today. We're going to be doing a live webinar with one of our past customers, a company called Glowforge. These guys actually have gotten so they use KickoffLabs to do their crowdfunding, and this is the biggest 30-day crowdfunding campaign in history. So we're going to be interviewing them. We're going to getting their tips for how they actually built their pre-launch audience, because a lot of their audience did come just through their through the KickoffLabs campaign. And guess what? They made $27 million in 30 days. Pretty nice. So we'll be talking to them next week. Be sure you join us for that chat. Mario, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to talk to our team, make sure that they knew that you were on our chat, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for the next one. So everybody, thanks a lot. Awesome. Thanks a lot. If you have any additional questions, be sure that you send an email to support@kickofflabs.com. And since you've bared with me the entire time, you can actually email me direct at Izzy, that's IZZY, Izzy@kickofflabs.com. And if you haven't yet, be sure to try Kickoff Labs for your campaign needs. You'll see that a lot of our customers had thank you pages, and you could do viral email collection with social referral tracking, a lot of good stuff built into the actual platform. Be sure to try it out, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.